Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Quentin Smith. Statewide party primaries are less than 3 months away, and the race for governor is picking up in new ways with more ads and polling. Courtney Ann Jackson takes a look at the latest numbers.
Jim Hood's campaign is touting new polling that shows Hood with a 5-point edge over Tate Reeves in a general election matchup. And Reeves' TV ad repeats the phrase,
"Jim Hood won't, but I will."
But don't be confused, their matchup isn't a done deal. Republican Bill Waller Jr.'s campaign is releasing a digital ad with comments like,
Justice Waller has the best chance of winning the general election in November.
And Robert Foster tweeting that they can't let a Democrat win in November. Millsap's political science professor Nathan Schrader explains why you're seeing a common thread from GOP candidates.
This is a stronger than usual Democratic candidate, which is why I think you see both the Waller and the Reeves campaigns sort of stressing the idea that, yeah, they're the ones that can beat him because they're not used to being in this position of being threatened to this degree in a general election by the Democrat.
Still, that polling from a Democratic firm shows Hood with higher favorability compared to Reeves. So what does all this mean for Jim Hood?
He needs to show an overwhelming level of support within his own party, because now you see Reeves and Waller and those Republicans sort of already aiming at him, so he needs to convincingly win his own party nomination.
Schrader says people should prepare for this race to keep ramping up, both in the primaries and the general election.
This is one of those cases where, because the candidates are engaging with voters maybe earlier than usual and more frequently than usual, I hope that this helps accelerate turnout and participation, maybe forcing people to start paying attention to this sooner than they would otherwise.
Courtney Ann Jackson, WCBI News.
Law enforcement officers who've made the ultimate sacrifice were honored in Tupelo today. The annual Northeast Mississippi Fallen Officers Memorial was held at the Elvis Presley Birthplace and Museum. Names of officers from Mississippi who were killed in the line of duty were read out loud during the ceremony. One of the guest speakers tonight was Caroline Stauffer Turney, whose brother, Tupelo Police Sergeant Gail Stauffer, was killed in the line of duty in 2013.
We just want to honor those that are now helping keep our city safe, our community safe, help us sleep well at night, and to remember those who are no longer with us.
It really does mean a lot to our family for people to remember Gail and all the officers that have lost their lives doing what they do best and what they loved, and but it just gives us a little bit of comfort knowing that people haven't forgotten.
This year marks the 20th year the memorial service has taken place. The Long-Term Recovery Committee that's set up to help Monroe County storm victims will start taking applications this Friday. Monroe Strong is organizing the process to help people find resources and rebuild from the April tornadoes that struck through the area. Applications for assistance will be taken at 3 locations, including the city halls in Amory, Aberdeen, and Smithville, along with Center Hill Baptist Church in Hamilton. Now, the committee will compile all of the forms and look at the needs of the community, and from there decide how the money for recovery will be used.
You're going to list what was damaged, the address, any, trees, vehicles, anything at all. It also gives you a place to request whatever kind of assistance you need, whether that be crisis counseling, whether it be food, housing, anything at all can be listed on those forms.
Now, residents won't have to bring anything. They can just stop by and fill out an application. And again, everything will begin tomorrow morning and will last until May 31st. For more information, just head on over to our website at WCBI.com. Well, it is now time to turn our attention over to weather. Meteorologist Jacob Dickey is standing by with a first look at our forecast. Jacob.
Hey, Quentin, outside right now, still warm this evening. Temperatures in the low to mid 70s. It's 74 in Tupelo. Our dew points in the middle 60s. Definitely some more summer air is in place here. 70 down in Jackson. New Orleans at 76. It's 71 in Birmingham. A very warm look to the region this evening. There's batch showers pushing south down I-65 south of Montgomery right now. Not severe. Another batch up towards Kentucky. In our area, we'll be seeing the chance for some showers later on in the forecast. Not tonight. Probably not tomorrow. I guess I'll keep the chance for an isolated shower there. Partly cloudy, middle 60s. As we look ahead, I really think that the first 90s of 2019 is around the corner. Rain and storms on Sunday. We're staying warm and humid. All those details for you coming up in just a bit.
New details emerge in the investigation into a shooting that we first told you about last night at 10. Starkville police have 2 suspects in custody and they're still looking for a third. DeMarcus Sly was taken into custody shortly after the incident. Quantavious Lawrence, he turned himself in last night. Now Starkville police are looking for 30-year-old Deontay Dawes. Now while no one was hurt, there were some tense moments for residents as gunfire rang out.
The shot was like, boom, boom, boom. Look at the one and this guy running around here with the guns just shooting back like this. It's a miracle nobody got hurt.
Now the investigation into this shooting is still ongoing. A nearly 6-hour shooting spree leaves a Webster County community in shock. 2 people were shot and injured, including the shooter and a 15-year-old girl. Sheriff Andy McCann says the teen is recovering at a hospital in Tupelo, while the shooter is in critical condition at UMC in Jackson. Sheriff McCann says it all started when some of his deputies were attempting to arrest a man for domestic violence. The sheriff says that's when the man started shooting at deputies. Well, deputies backed off, and then the suspect got in his car and started shooting at them again. The shooting spree stretched across North Sapper Road, leaving several different crime scenes in the area. It finally ended at a mobile home about 5 miles from where it all started. In all, 2 adults and 3 children, including the 15-year-old, were inside as gunfire ripped through their home. A nearby neighbor saw everything unfold.
When I shined the flashlight down there, he just pointed the gun back up this way and pow, 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 pow. And he was knocking pine cones out of the tree up there. So I cut the light off and got behind the swimming pool.
The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation is now handling this investigation, and at this time, the name of the suspect has not been released.
Temperatures tonight are heading into the middle 60s out there. We'll call it partly cloudy. The chance for rain and storms is around the corner. Temperatures also climbing. We'll see 90 at some point. Those details coming up after the break.
WCBI First Alert AccuWeather Forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
Very warm out there this evening. We almost have a little bit of a summer-like feel to the air with those dew points in the 60s. Temperatures in the middle 70s. Still 74 in Columbus, Amory down to 68. 70 in Starkville. It's 69 in Winona tonight. Aliceville checking in at 75. As we go through the overnight hours, I think we'll settle into those middle 60s around the area. 65 in Columbus and in Macon, 64 in Louisville, 63 in Yapura, down to 65 in Tupelo under a partly cloudy sky. Now, we got to talk about how clouds formed today at Okolota Elementary. Got to visit with the 4th grade classroom today. A lot of fun there. We also talked about tornado safety and all of our different favorite types of weather. Great weather school visit here. Perhaps one of the last ones of the year as the school session's wrapping up for many schools in the area. Still on Friday, though, out the door, temperatures warming quickly. Middle to upper 80s, some of us heading for 90. Look for south winds generally between 2 and 7 miles an hour. 88 will be the high in Amory, Tupelo, and in Pontotoc. 87 in Ripley. Aberdeen up to 89 with a mix of clouds and sun across the area. 90 in Columbus, Starkville, Eupora, Ackerman, Louisville, and in Macon. The first 90 for us in this area for the 2019 year. Just a little shy, though, in West Alabama. 87 in Vernon, 88 in Reform, and in Aliceville. Still, though, if you're in the upper 80s or you hit 90, a warm and humid day coming for us. As we head into Friday afternoon, the chances there, maybe we see some more clouds increase. And Futurecast says chances there for a few isolated showers. Very minimal. Not expecting a whole lot out of that. If you get a shower, consider yourself lucky. They'll be more like a summertime pop-up. By the afternoon and evening, then, once the sun sets, we'll be back to a mostly clear sky on Friday night. As far as we look ahead, though, the chances there that we will see some more storms. I do think, however, that with the warm temperatures, we'll be keeping things dry for the most part. Notice here we dip down to 84 on Sunday. That's when I think the best chance for rain and storms comes for us here, maybe a little bit lasting into Monday. The hot, humid summer weather looks to stick around, though, with this high pressure moving off to our south and our east. That's bringing those south winds into our area, keeping that Gulf moisture in place. By the time we get to Sunday during the day into Sunday evening, scattered showers and storms seem likely across our region. The good news is I think the severe threat overall is looking very low. I'm not certain we'll have to worry about that much at all. After that, then, notice upper 80s and even in 90 as we go into tomorrow. Scattered storms again starting Sunday, lasting through Monday next week, keeping the hot and humid weather around.
Educators and healthcare professionals team up to help students navigate the high school years. We'll explain when we come back.
WCBI First Alert Weather School is brought to you by Emerson Animal Hospital in West Point.
Welcome back. Strokes can strike nearly anyone at any age. While some things make you more susceptible, there are some risk factors you can control. We find out more in tonight's Health Talk with Baptist.
Hi, I'm Belinda Sanderson, Director of Quality at Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle. Tonight I want to talk to you about ways to lower your risk of having a stroke. Older age and family history of strokes are among the things that may make you more likely to have a stroke. You can't turn back the clock or change your relatives. Still, experts say 80% of strokes can be prevented. A quarter of Americans who have strokes have had one before, so how can you tilt the odds in your favor? Lower your blood pressure. High blood pressure is the #1 cause of strokes. It's the reason for more than half of them. A normal blood pressure reading is lower than 120/80. If yours is regularly above 130/80, you might have high blood pressure or hypertension. If it's not managed well, high blood pressure can make you 4 to 6 times more likely to have a stroke. Stay away from smoking. You double your risk of strokes if you use tobacco. Nicotine in cigarettes raises blood pressure, and carbon monoxide in smoke lowers the amount of oxygen your blood can carry. Even breathing secondhand smoke can raise your chance of a stroke. Cut the booze. Too much alcohol can raise your blood pressure and your triglycerides. Limit yourself to no more than 2 drinks a day if you're a man and 1 drink if you're a woman. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle.
Navigating high school and the teenage years can be a tricky thing. That's why teachers and counselors in Calhoun County are giving students some tools to help them cope. Communicare and the Family Crisis Team presented a suicide prevention program for students in the school district. Videos show the steps students should take if they notice a friend or even themselves taking a dark turn. Organizers just want to give students an outlet and a voice.
This is on the rise. We see it every day in statistics, and we want to make sure that our children, like I said, they know we have outlets and resources that are readily available here.
Counselors and mental health specialists visited all of the high schools in the school district, and they wrapped up with a tree planting at each school. Yes. Well, it was a hitting party in Starkville, and only one team was invited. Catch the highlights that'll make you go sheesh next in sports.
WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel.
Baseball can be a cruel game. The phrase "hitting is contagious" was on full display inside the new dude. Dare I say too much? Ethan Small on the hill for the Dogs. He's been lights out this year, but South Carolina cracking the armor early. Andrew Eister rips a liner down the left field line. His second RBI double of the game. MSU down 2-0 early. In the third, the Bulldogs would score 4 runs on just 1 hit. Rowdy Jordan's laser beam bounces off the glove at second. Dogs up 4-2, and then it begins. Josh Hatcher. He mashes one to deep left center field, his first home run of the year. And I'm going to ask you, can you tell it's his first? Josh is hyped, Dogs up 5-2. And then Jordan Westberg's just going to continue the party. It's going to be a base hit to left. Jake Mangum going to turn on the Jets from second. He's going to play to run. So it's 6-2 Mississippi State. We'll add on another run. It's 7-2 now. Make it 9-2. Courtesy of Rowdy Jordan, another laser beam to second. That goes off the glove, another error for the Gamecocks. 2 more runs score. Mississippi State annihilates South Carolina to open the series 24-7. Nick Fitzgerald with 3 touchdowns, 2 passing, 1 rushing. Never mind, it's baseball. We'll move on. Ole Miss taking on Tennessee in Knoxville. The Rebels trying to snap out of a 4-game skid, and it really didn't go well for the Rebels on the road. Justin Amos heard Mom's making meatloaf for dinner, so he's coming home. That's completing some runs for Tennessee. Story of the game was this guy, Garrett Stallings. Complete game shutout, 7 Ks, only 4 hits allowed. And the Vols would jump on Will Etheridge for 4 runs in the 5th. This one was never in doubt. Rebels lose their 5th straight. Tennessee with the 7-0 shutout to open the series. North Pontotoc looking to secure its first ever baseball state championship, taking on McGee in game 2. First inning, 2 on. Corley Hooper hits 1 to right. The outfielder bobbles, so the Vikings take advantage. They go up 1-0. How about that student section making the trip to Pearl? Top second, 1 out. Bags loaded for Sheffield Anthony, who delivers. 2 more Vikings score. North Pontotoc up 3-0. Then top of the 6th, Braxton Sudduth with an RBI single to give North Pontotoc a 6-0 lead. And then the pop-up in the infield. Can of corn, final out. That is your ball game. North Pontotoc wins the school's first ever baseball state title. They are your 3A baseball state champions.
We got hot middle of the way through the playoffs, swinging the bat, and had a lot of confidence. And I think it just kept on snowballing for us. And they just started believing they could win. And I think we just got hot at the right time. And once you believe in yourself and your teammates, you can do a lot, and they showed that this week.
It's something we grow up thinking about, and it's an amazing experience and a privilege to be able to win this trophy. But I couldn't have done it without the other 28 guys behind me. We stuck together. We had a bunch of hard times this year with Ed, and with Jake and Corley getting hurt, and we had guys step up, and that's what we had to do to win, and we did it.
Lafayette looking to keep its season alive, taking on West Jones in game 2. Mustangs winning game 1. It's a 1-1 tie. Stephen Westbrook with a base hit the opposite way, but he would be left stranded on the bags. Bottom half of the inning, Dustin Dickerson drives in 2 runs for the Mustangs with a shot to center field. West Jones with a 3-1 lead. Dickerson would find his way to third. Chris Riley at bat, drills one down the left field line to the wall, brings home 2 more. This game just went final. Jones wins 7-2. Lafayette coming just short of winning a state championship. West Jones is your 5A champs. In day 2 of the high school baseball state championships, New Hope started the day off with a bang. Go over to our website, WCBI.com, but here's the full highlights from today. Trojans taking on Sumrall in game 1. The highlights early don't do this one justice. New Hope gets on the board first with a 2 RBI single. That would make it 2-0 New Hope. They would trail 7-2, roar all the way back, and walk it off courtesy. Who do we got? Courtesy of Presley Hall. He gets the game 1 W for the Trojans. Game 2 tomorrow at 7 p.m. Also go to our website, WCBI.com, for these highlights as well. Smithville rallying behind Jared Johnson. The ace gets it done. Smithville takes a 4-2 win to get game 1 of the series. Game 2 tomorrow at 10 a.m. That's it for sports. Last secure forecast is next.
Well, they serve and protect us every day. However, this time the Lowndes County Sheriff's Department needs your help. A fundraiser for Sergeant Tammy Prescott will be held at the Lowndes County Sheriff's Department. You can drop by any time beginning tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Now, Prescott, she was known for her work in the community, especially with Camp Rising Sun. However, recently she was diagnosed with cancer. Proceeds from the bake sale and silent auction on Friday will help go towards medical expenses. Now, if you're interested in dropping by, the Sheriff's Department is located at 527 South Martin Luther King Jr. Drive in Columbus. You can stop by anytime tomorrow between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m.
Tomorrow will be a great day to go to that bake sale. I love a good bake sale for a good cause. If you're a little worried about the heat, get out early, and you might also beat me to the cookies, but I might have to get some myself. Saturday, upper 80s again. Some may see 90 there too. Looks like rain and storms is going to be a Sunday night into perhaps early Monday. We'll keep the chance for a few showers and storms there. Very hot though.
Yeah, they could also use some snow cones tomorrow at that bake sale, huh?
That'd be great.
I know. Have a good night, everyone.